So, hello, we've been given a task. Make a timeline about the modern cell theory, taking into account the important events and people that led to the modern cell theory. I've been looking around at Google and well, this is quite a letdown. The task is to make a timeline, and all I'm seeing is boring images with little to no design cramped up in a single image with zero interactivity or action. You just stare at it and slowly destroy your eyes. Heck no, I won't make something like this, because this is the timeline. A timeline can be much more interesting than whatever I'm seeing right now. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Code. Here I go. Look at the code now. Let's go. Boring. Let's skip this. I know, here is the result. I know you plebs don't care about the process, but it's actually the process that matters. Anyways, timeline of cell theory. So, I'd start with Robert Hooke as the beginning. Out of curiosity, Robert took a look at the cork of a wine bottle, and who knew this would be a scientific breakthrough? Using his microscope, he saw what he described as cells, as in cells from a monastery. He would later go on a spree, taking a closer look at insects and sketching them out into his book Micrographia. Well, isn't it funny? Because of a cork of a wine bottle, we could say Robert's history aged like a fine wine. This important achievement is a landmark in this timeline. Seeing the cells from a cork, actually those are dead cells of a plant. The Micrographia became a really well-known piece of scientific achievement, and due to Robert's nature as a polymath, a man of many sciences, he became known as England's Leonardo. Okay, just 5 years later, we have Antonie Van Leeuwenhoek, a draper. Layman term, it means someone who sells clothes but first analyzes them. He thought his current tool was just plain bad and said, "Fine, I'm gonna do it myself, your glasswork sucks." And so the mad lad did it. He overdid it, as a matter of fact. He made a microscope that could magnify 270 times if you squint your eyes hard enough to see on the tiny hole. He also sketched insects. But then things started to change when he took a look at pond water. Oh boy, were there little things that we couldn't see before. This single event moved microbiology to greater heights, as there is already a proof that these microorganisms exist. +200 years later, at 1838, we have Matthias Schleiden, a German botanist. This guy is also a mad lad. He studied law, because a lawyer sounds like a good deal, but then forget about it. This green thing allured him. Its leaves, trunks, stem, everything was just beautiful. So forget about being a lawyer. I'm now a botanist, he said to himself. He observed that all cells seem to be made up of cells, and concluded all plants are made up of cells. And now, just a year later, we have Theodor Schwann, a physiologist. If a botanist is for plants, this guy deals with the study of animals. Okay, imagine fine dining. The smell of bacon and pancakes, the perfect sweetness of honey, and the satisfying bittersweet coffee. And you guys are talking about cell theory like it's the normal thing to talk about. Long story short, these guys took dinner together and shared what they have observed, and they realized, hey, so plants aren't just the ones made out of cell, right? It also includes animals. Here we can already say all living things are fundamentally made of cells. So they published a book about that. Next, we have Rudolf Virchow. Now, truth be told, you wouldn't be a big fan of this guy because he kinda just stole someone's work. Apparently, he came up with the statement, all cells come from pre-existing cells. Fast forward, we now have the modern cell theory. It's quite simple, but this had only been possible because of these scientists' work. We now know cells are the most fundamental unit of life, that all organisms or living things are made of cells, and the cells come from pre-existing cells. Well, that's it. You could visit the website yourself, just look at the description below, that is the link. Thank you for watching.